I'm Rich Carroll. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to be an issue in the state of Florida, as at least 55 new coronavirus deaths and 4,500 new cases were reported in the state yesterday. But there is good news locally, as the Flagler Health Department is reporting the lowest case rate to date in Florida. On a per capita basis, per 100,000 people, Flagler has the lowest case rate to date of all 67 counties. The state's average is 9,239, and Flagler is the lowest at 5,468. In a statement, the Flagler County Health Department said, "We are not being boastful. After all, this is a horrible virus that can lead to death. This outcome, however, is a reflection of community effort and partnership. Such outcomes do not occur by accident. Our residents have heeded public health recommendations and took COVID-19 seriously. We are so grateful that cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are comparatively less as a result." Tune in to Free for All Friday on WNZF tomorrow morning at 9 for a complete COVID-19 report from the Flagler County Health Department. Flagler County is suing the company that inspected the former Sears building on Palm Coast Parkway. Amy Cherry has more.
The county bought the building for more than $1 million in 2019 and discovered major water damage after the sale. County Attorney Al Hadid says Universal Engineering of South Daytona misled them about the building's condition.
So we've sued the company that we hired for the purpose of giving us their best professional estimate. They failed to do that, to apply standard procedures for making these evaluations. So we're charging them with breach of contract and negligence, and we are looking to recover damages that we've not been able to recoup from the resale of the building.
The county ultimately sold the building to a church at a loss.
In addition to that net of about $840,000 of recovery, we have about $300,000 to $400,000 in additional damages that we're looking to be reimbursed for based on this lawsuit that we've just filed. So we've just filed it and we'll proceed in due course. We're asking for a jury trial and obviously on the damages claim.
This marks the second time the county has had an extremely costly water intrusion problem. The Sheriff's Office Operations Center was abandoned several years ago after employees reported feeling sick and inspectors found mold and water in the building.
A Bunnell man is jailed after deputies say he threatened them and resisted arrest. John Arking reports.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office says that Sergeant Daniel Weaver witnessed 26-year-old Raymond Glass walking down U.S. Highway 1 with a 30-year-old woman that has an active no-contact order against Glass. The injunction was put in place by the Warren County Sheriff's Office in New York last July. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says Sergeant Weaver knew Glass from a previous encounter of violating the order.
When he stopped to investigate it, the subject resisted arrest and had to be taken down to the ground. When he continued to resist arrest, he was then tasered. He continued to resist kicking and damaging our patrol car with his head and feet. So obviously he went to jail with many more charges. So instead of just going to jail for resisting with violence, he has battery on a law enforcement and many other felony and misdemeanor charges.
Glass was transported to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility and charged with battery on a law enforcement officer, assault on a law enforcement officer, threats to a law enforcement officer, criminal mischief over $1,000, possession of drug paraphernalia, and 2 counts of resisting arrest. He was additionally charged with violation of probation for violating the no-contact order. He's being held without bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
The senior financial analyst for Flagler County is taking on a new position. Karen Johnson has the details.
Senior financial analyst Lauren Shank will work her last day for Flagler County this Friday. She was recruited by the city of Palatka to become its next finance director. Shank came to Flagler County in March of 2014, initially hired as a staff assistant for the engineering department. She was promoted to budget analyst for the finance department within 18 months. In 2019, Flagler County sent Shank to work for the city of Bunnell to work as its interim finance director, a critical time according to city manager Alvin Jackson, who needed to have his first budget completed. Now Shank is taking her experience to a place she also calls home.
I am excited for the next chapter in my journey, and for me it's going home. I'm actually from Palatka, so My family's very excited for me to bring all of my skill set home, and they are very proud.
Finance Director John Brower says Lauren has worked very hard, and as a result, she put herself in a position to take advantage of a great opportunity when it came along, and assured her Flagler County will continue to utilize her positive changes. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
So you live next door to a vacation rental. What's it like? Steve Milo, the founder of Vacation Rental Pros and CEO of V-Trip, says his company gets high marks.
We have individuals that are going in and out of the Gates of Ocean hammock every single day. We have a contract guest, and they have to adhere to it, and if they don't, they can be removed.
The conversation is from a recent episode of Real Estate Matters, which airs every Saturday morning at 11 and Sunday morning at 9 right here on WNZF. You can listen to the full interview with Steve Milo by downloading the Real Estate Matters podcast, available on the Flagler radio app. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.